All right, what's your name, sir?
Alphonso Cooper.
Repeat that, please.
Alphonso Cooper.
All right, this is calling case number 250-586-2401, People State, Michigan versus Alphonso Cooper. Appearances, please, starting with the people.
Good morning, Rhonda Hadar for the people, P84161.
Good morning, Your Honor, and to your staff. May it please His Most Honorable Court, Mohammed Nasser, P74485, appearing on behalf of Alphonso Cooper, who has identified himself for the record, Judge. As it relates to the arraignment, Judge, defendant would waive the formal reading, stand mute, humbly request the court to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
All right, the court will, in fact, enter a not guilty plea on behalf of your client, Mr. Nassar. Madam Prosecutor, your bond argument.
Thank you, Judge. So in this case, people are asking for a high cash bond for a couple of reasons. First, it relates to the incident itself. As this court is aware, as I'm sure you've had the opportunity to review the investigator's report, this incident is captured on video. It takes place in a heavily populated area within downtown Detroit during the fireworks that happened on June 23rd this year. The defendant in this case, Mr. Cooper, shoots into a large group of people during an altercation, ultimately striking two people. In addition to the danger to the community, there is a high risk of flight here. For high risk of flight, Mr. Cooper has 3 open larceny cases right now out of Romulus District Court with back-to-back offense dates from March of 2025. He has a KPS history for at least one of those cases. He failed to appear for preliminary examination that was set for July 2nd of this year. In this particular case, Mr. Cooper was very publicly searched for, and he evaded police for at least 2 weeks in this case, which costed a lot of law enforcement resources in searching for him.
Madam Prosecutor, one moment, when you say evade, by what means or can you say did he evade the police?
During the course of the investigation, it became clear that Mr. Cooper was not going to make himself available. There was contact with Mr. Cooper's family and people close to him, and it became very clear, without saying too much, that Mr. Cooper was aware that police were searching for him and did what he could to keep an eye out.
Fair enough.
During the course of the investigation, officers learned that there was some conversation by and through Mr. Cooper about potentially fleeing to Indiana. So there is a high risk of flight in this case due to the facts learned from the investigation and Mr. Cooper's KPS history and his 3 current pending cases out of Romulus. There is a danger to the community because he not only possessed a firearm when he was on bond for a case out of Romulus when he shouldn't have been possessing a firearm, but then he went and used that firearm in a heavily populated area of the city and ultimately injured 2 people. Mr. Cooper does not have a CPL, and he is not one that is permitted to possess a firearm due to his bond status on his other cases. So for those reasons, the people are asking this court to institute a high cash bond. Thank you.
What's the dollar amount you're seeking?
$500,000 cash.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Nassar, response?
Judge, may it please the court. First and foremost, I have a lot of respect for this prosecutor. Certainly, she's advocating zealously for the people. But, Judge, my client is 19 years of age. 1, 2, he has absolutely no felony convictions on his record. 3, he has and did have gainful employment and family support. While the allegations of the prosecutor is that my client at the tender age of 19 is attempting to evade, I would suggest to the contrary. The family reached out to my firm, retained my services, and we're scheduling a surrender date. In the interim, he's been taken into custody. Again, Judge, there's no felony convictions. Now, the prosecutor's made the statement in terms of a KPS history related to some larceny offenses. Certainly, this court is fully aware that that would be something that can easily be resolved under HIDA with no record. The charges here are significant. I agree with that. However, they are only allegations, Judge. There are conditions or a set of conditions that this court can set to ensure that he's not going anywhere. 1, Judge, people don't retain Mohammed Nasser if they're going to run. He's not going anywhere. 2, Judge, I have no issue with, house arrest, GPS tether. None. As this matter is continuing, he can be at home. So what I respectfully ask this court to do is set a reasonable bond based upon the factual scenario, not speculation in terms of what he may or may not have been doing. In light of same, Judge, I'm asking this court to set a bond of $100,000, 10%, GPS tether, house arrest. I think that is a reasonable bond based upon the factual scenario. Undeniably, the fact that this is a media case and garnering some media attention does not delineate from what a bond argument is. Flight risk, danger to the community. There's no convictions. Again, based upon his age and his retained counsel, Judge, I'm confident that we're going to be ready to proceed. So I'll ask this court again for a reasonable bond.
Mr. Nassar, just a couple questions. Did your client finish high school?
My client did finish high school, yes.
And is he currently employed?
He is employed, Judge. He was working in the skilled trades with his father.
Okay.
However, in speaking with the family, we have no issue with the GPS tether and house arrest. I did advise that based upon the significance of the allegations, that would be a likely condition of bond, and they're certainly willing to acquiesce the same, Judge.
So I take it he lives with his parents?
Absolutely, Judge. Okay.
All right, court having heard argument as to bond. When the court considers bond, the court has to assess, factor in two factors, danger to the community and a flight risk. I'll address the issue of flight risk initially. At least what's presented by both attorneys, I don't believe Mr. Cooper is a flight risk for the following reasons. Lack of cooperation or lack of cooperating with the police while they're investigating and have identified him as a person of interest or a suspect in this matter, and his lack of cooperation, or fundamentally from what I'm hearing, understanding is turning himself in, does not necessarily mean that he is a flight risk. I've seen situations where before he turns himself in, he or she wants to hire an attorney, make sure their rights are protected and so on. And I don't think he's a flight risk in that sense. And Mr. Nassar brings up a good point. I've had Mr. Nassar appear in front of me several times, and his clients have always appeared, at least from this court's experience. So I don't think those, the argument from the people, coupled with Mr. Nassar's retention and my previous history, Mr. Nassar's clients, that he's a flight risk. So I don't believe he's a flight risk. However, nonetheless, I do believe he is a danger to the community for the reasons articulated by the people. This is during the fireworks. A lot of people were celebrating and enjoying the fireworks. And without going too much into the alleged facts of this case, one, he's 19 years old. Notwithstanding his pending cases, he's not even old enough to have a CPL license. He's got to be 21. So that's disturbing to this court. And then based on what I read from the investigator's report, coupled with the Madam Prosecutor's argument, it seems like if allegations are true, it seems a situation escalated to where tempers flared, and the allegations are that Mr. Cooper fired shots at two people, and they could have been stray bullets to hit other people. Nonetheless, it created disturbance in the area, and it endangered not only the two complaining witnesses' lives, but potentially other folks who were down there enjoying the fireworks. So for those reasons, I do find Mr. Cooper a danger to the community. I will adopt the recommendation of the people, a $500,000 cash surety bond with the following conditions. He's not to possess any handguns, firearms, or dangerous weapons, no contact with either of the complaining witnesses. If he's able to post bond, be fitted with a GPS tether, house arrest. Mr. Nassar, I know this is, I'm assuming, I don't want to say I know for sure, is this an unaffordable bond?
Absolutely, Judge. That's an unaffordable bond.
Okay. All right. I just want to make it sure for the record. Bond redetermination will be Monday, July 14th, 9 a.m. in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Probable cause, July 8th, 8:30 a.m. And preliminary examination, July 25th, also 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge Marlena Taylor. Is there anything else either counsel wants to put on the record?
Just to clarify the PCC date, you said July 8th. Did you mean the 18th?
That's correct. I misspoke if I said the 8th, July 18th.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry about that, Judge. It was a little bit noisy in the location that I'm at. You said July 18th, then July 25th for the exam, but however, on Monday, we're up before Judge Meconico.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Cooper, step aside, please.
Thank you.